I want to welcome to the show Chuck Michelle, California attorney. Chuck, how are you, sir?
Good, Cam. How you doing?
I'm very good, and I understand that you are looking for individuals in the San Francisco area who currently possess magazines that hold more than 10 rounds.
Correct. Actually, Sunnyvale too. Sunnyvale just recently passed Measure C, which bans the possession of magazines that hold over 10 rounds. San Francisco passed it a few weeks ago. The mayor just signed it this week. So we'll be filing a lawsuit in both of those cities challenging those ordinances. And I've also got some news. National Shooting Sports Foundation will be also filing a lawsuit against the city of Sunnyvale over their ammunition registration ordinance. So that's a lawsuit we've been trying to get together for a while now. There are a few cities with those ammo registration ordinances, and that'll be a preemption challenge.
Okay, let's talk, if we can, for a second about California preemption law, because there is preemption law in California. So, first of all, I mean, Chuck, can cities or municipalities enact ordinances relating to magazines?
Well, that's going to be the defense. The preemption law in California is preemption light, unfortunately.
Okay.
Preemption, the government code section actually prohibits local governments from passing ordinances relating to the licensing or registration of firearms. Now, our position is, of course, that magazines are firearm parts, and so when you and ammunition is a firearm part. So when you regulate or create a register of ammunition purchases, you are in fact registering ammunition relating to firearms. So it's a preemption violation. But there are lots of gray areas in California's preemption statute that unfortunately we've been forced to litigate back and forth for years, and we've won some and we've lost some. We've managed to beat back San Francisco's ban on civilian handgun possession entirely with using preemption, and that case should help us to bring, or should help NSSF to bring the preemption challenge against the ammunition registration ordinance.
Okay. We saw in Pennsylvania a few years ago, gun control advocates tried to go through the state legislature to pass lost or stolen ordinances. Legislature said no. Prosecutors say that's not the answer. So they passed a bill that increased the sentences for those engaging in a straw purchase. Instead, gun control advocates weren't happy about that. They decided to mount this campaign where they went across Pennsylvania and enacted these local ordinances, trying to get a pressure on the state legislature to pass lost or stolen. Didn't really work out that way, but they got a couple of dozen communities to pass these ordinances. Is that what we're seeing here in California, Chuck, an attempt to put pressure on the legislature by having these communities pass these gun control bills that the legislature rejected? Or that Governor Brown rejected?
Yes, and this is not a new model. In fact, California sort of pioneered, with our friends at the Legal Community Against Violence, pioneered this local initiative, the Pass the Local Ordinances, because they came up with some creative arguments to get around California's preemption statute 20 years ago. They first started with quote-unquote Saturday night special ordinances banning affordable self-defense handguns, and pushed those locally. And that's what started the NRA and CRPA's pushback against local initiatives like this. This is a fight that we've been fighting for 20 years, and that model has been exported to other cities. In California, it's a bit backwards this time because they've got such a anti-gun majority in the state legislature that they don't really need to do this local initiative first. But this year they went straight to Sacramento, but they couldn't get them passed. So now they're falling back on to go to the local level first. And everybody needs to keep in mind it's not these cities that are behind this. This is Bloomberg. Bloomberg's money is behind this. This is the Mayors Against Illegal Guns pushing these ordinances in local cities.
And so, as you say, Sunnyvale, San Francisco, are there other cities, Chuck, where you think this is going to happen? Is L.A. going to
Los Angeles has a large cap mag ban on the books. They haven't passed it yet, and we're not quite sure why. It's been kind of on hold for a while. We're ready to sue them, and we have some plaintiffs lined up. If there are some more people in Los Angeles who are interested in volunteering, we'd be interested to talk to them. but they haven't passed. The LA hasn't passed it yet, so we'll be filing San Francisco. I expect on Friday, probably Friday or Monday. Sunnyvale probably a week, perhaps two later. LA if they pass it, but in the meantime, the folks who really need to be have their ears to the ground are residents in Mountain View and Los Altos, because that is where the Mayors Against Illegal Guns folks are trying to push these initiatives now that we're aware of. And I'd love to hear from anybody who knows of any other city where they hear rumblings of these efforts. But Sunnyvale's mayor said he was going to try and help coordinate efforts in Mountain View and Los Altos. So I expect they'll be next, and if people are on the ground there and hear things, they should get a hold of us too.
All right, Chuck, thanks so much for coming on the show today, sir. It's good talking to you.
Good talking to you, Cam. Thanks for helping us get the word out.